Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited for this video, you guys. This is a super special video to me. I feel like with this video, everything has come full circle for me, and so I'm really excited to be partnering up with Bobbi Brown on this video. And if you guys don't know, that is how I learned how to do makeup. I'm just so extremely grateful, and I'm so excited about this video because, again, it's just full circle for me. And so I cannot believe that this is even happening, and I'm so grateful for every single one of you for your love and support, because without you guys I wouldn't have these kinds of opportunities. So I'm so excited to do this video for you guys. I'm going to be creating a day to night makeup look featuring their new palette called the Crystal Drama palette. This packaging is so pretty. Here's what it looks like on the inside. It's inspired by crystals, and I just think it's a really great versatile palette with cool and warm tones. I'll get into more details on the palette as we go through the tutorial. Again, I'm going to be creating something really wearable. This is going to be so simple for you guys to do. It'll be flattering on so many different skin tones. The daytime look is going to be really fresh and airy and spring inspired. I'm so excited to start making spring tutorials, even though it's snowing outside currently. And then later I'm going to be showing you how to take that exact same look and just amp it up a little bit for an evening or a night out. So let's just get right into it. Since the daytime look is going to be really simple, I'm going to go ahead and start with the skin. I'm going to go in with my Bobbi Brown Extra Illuminating Moisture Balm. You guys know how much I love this product. I mentioned this in a video where I talked about like the high-end products I will always repurchase. This is one of them because it just gives such a beautiful glow to the skin and it hydrates like crazy. So especially during these wintry, dry months, I love using this product, but I also use it in spring, summer, fall. I use it all year round. So for foundation today, I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation. I've been obsessed with this foundation. It's been so great for me, even though I usually don't gravitate toward glowy foundations because usually they end up looking pretty oily on me at the end of the day. But this one does not. It just gives a really nice lit from within radiance and provides really great coverage. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend this out with a foundation brush. I like to kind of work in layers when it comes to foundation because that way you can kind of add coverage later where you need a little bit more, but the rest of your skin can still kind of shine through in the areas where you maybe don't need as much coverage. Also making sure to blend it down the neck. Now that our skin tone is nice and evened out with foundation, I'm going to go into concealer. This concealer is from Colourpop. It's their no filter concealer. Mine is in the shade Fair 5. And I'm just going to go ahead and brighten up the under eye area with this. And I like to kind of get in this inner corner here because a lot of us have a little bit of discoloration in that area, and it will really help just kind of brighten and open up the eyes. And then I'm just going to pat that out with my Aesthetica beauty sponge. And I like to take what's left on the eyelid to kind of conceal discoloration and veins on the lid, and then that will also help us prep for eyeshadow. I'm also going to add some on the chin and Cupid's bow, down the center of the nose, and also in the center of the forehead, and blend that all out with the same sponge. If there's any area where you have some blemishes showing through, instead of adding a ton more coverage with foundation, I'm just going to stipple a little bit of concealer that's the same shade as my skin tone. That way it doesn't highlight the blemish, and I'm just going to blend that out with my sponge. I use the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer in the shade Light, and that just helps add a little bit of coverage without too many like layers of foundation. Next, I'm going to be taking my Maybelline Fit Me Loose Setting Powder in the shade Fair to Light, and I'm just going to lightly set the under eye area and around the mouth, the nose, pretty much the whole T-zone. And I'm also going to take some on the eyelid to create a really nice powdery base for the eyeshadows to go on. So now let's go into eyes. Again, I'm going to be using the new Crystal Drama palette from Bobbi Brown. Like I mentioned before, these shades are inspired by crystals and they're kind of organized by row. So on the top we have Moonstone, the second row is Amethyst, the third row is Rose Quartz, and then we have Citrine inspired shades at the bottom right here. For a daytime look, I'm kind of gravitating toward these shades up here. The lavender is really, really beautiful, so I'm going to kind of use that shade mainly. First, I'm going to be hopping into this pale rose tone right here. It's a beautiful matte shade, and this is so pretty as a transition. So I'm just going to take a light amount of this and just start sweeping it through the crease, just to kind of bring a little bit of dimension back to the eye socket, and working in light layers, building up the intensity as I go. And I like to really make sure to blend it out toward the end of the brow, because I love when everything looks really, really blended. So again, just working in those light layers, Sometimes I bring a little bit into this inner corner here. We're mainly focusing it on the crease, and then when there's less product, just keep blending up and out. And while we have this brush out, I'm just going to keep dipping it into that same exact shade. I'm going to pinch the brush that I have and just kind of line the lower lash line lightly with this to add some definition on the lower lash line. I personally love shadow on the lower lash line. I think it makes the eyes look more open. So now that we have this really nice kind of definition all around the eye, we're going to have a little bit of fun with this lavender shade right here. This is the Pink Lily Metallic Eyeshadow. So it does kind of have a little bit of a pink undertone to it as well. So again, I'm just taking small amounts and I'm working in layers. And I'm starting in this inner corner here because I really want this lilac shade to be a focal point. So I'm just going to keep building this all over the lid. I'm stopping right at the crease though, and we're going to let that shade we applied before kind of define the crease. But it's all going to be really, really beautiful and soft and perfect for daytime. But one thing that's really cool about these eyeshadows is you can really, really build them up. So instead of, you know, sometimes accidentally having a little too much pigment in your shadows, these are meant to be built on top of each other in layers. And I just feel like it's a really foolproof way to go about your eye makeup. It makes me not as nervous. And then you can really customize your look and just build it up to the intensity that you want personally. I'm also going to put a little in the inner corner here because I think this color is so gorgeous as an inner corner highlight. I'm also going to take some across the lower lash line, mainly focusing most of the pigment on that inner third and stopping about halfway across the lower lash line. And same thing on this eye. I'm taking what's left on the brush and just kind of going right underneath the brow to add a little bit of that shimmery lilac shade there. Now we're going to add just a little bit of definition on the lashes and on the lash line, and that'll just kind of pull the whole look together. So I'm going to go ahead and go into the Bobbi Brown Longwear Liquid Liner in the shade Carbon Black. So I just created a really nice line across this first eye here. The applicator on this eyeliner is super easy to use. It's really, really pointed at the tip, and so you can really get that nice, precise eyeliner. It's also super easy to do a wing with this eyeliner, but for the daytime look, I'm just going to stop right at the edge of the lash line, and we'll create more of like a rounded eyeliner look. And I'm making sure that the eyeliner is thinner in the inner corner, and then it gradually gets a little bit thicker on the way out, and that'll just help your eyes not look too closed in. It'll make them look more open and awake. For mascara, I'm going to go into the Bobbi Brown Eye Opening Mascara. This is so cool. Look at the wand on this, you guys. It is absolutely massive, but it's so, so nice. And it really does a good job of curling the lashes. So if you want something that's going to really curl your lashes, this is a great mascara. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply it about 2 coats to the lashes, making sure to get it close to the root so that we get some nice definition there. I'm all about those massive, voluminous lashes, even for the daytime. I also added quite a bit to the bottom lashes. I just love that kind of 60s inspired clumpy lower lash line with that purple underneath. It just makes the lashes pop. So I really, really like that. Let's warm up the complexion now to bring a little bit of life back into the skin after we evened it out with foundation. For bronzer, I'm going to go ahead and hop into my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I'm just going to go ahead and apply this with a fluffier brush. I'm not really looking to sculpt the face too harshly. I just want an all over kind of bronzy, healthy glow. So I'm just going to kind of apply it to the cheeks, of course along the hairline, because I feel like that just gives you a really nice natural looking kind of tan. I also like to apply it along the jawline and down the neck. And I'm kind of just dabbing it across the nose where the sun would naturally hit for that really pretty sun-kissed bronzy skin. For blush, I'm going to use something really pretty and bright. This is from Bobbi Brown. Such a pretty pink matte blush. This one's in the shade Coral Sugar. And I'm using a dual fiber brush so I can really have control over layering this blush. Since it is a little bit of a brighter color, which I love bright blushes, I just want to have a little more control over how much is applied. And I'm kind of pulling it back a little bit more and putting it higher than I normally do, just to create that really pretty romantic daytime look. Taking what's left on the brush, kind of brushing it through the crease of the eye. I'm just going to go ahead and wipe off the foundation on the lips. So for highlight, I'm actually going to go back into this Crystal Drama palette, and I'm going to be mixing these 3 shades right here. So I start off here, move to this one, and I just do a dab of that purple shade, and I'm just going to buff this onto the high points of the cheeks. And what I love about this is it just like kind of pulls in the eye look, but it's not too much. Even though there's a little bit of that lilac tone in there, I still feel like combining those other 2 shadows really pulls it all together. I'm gonna add some in the center of the nose. Isn't that so pretty? I just love it. I'm so happy I figured this out. I kind of love using products in like unconventional ways like this. I just think it like really pulls the whole look together, and it's actually a stunning highlight. I love to put a little bit on the front front of the cheeks so that when I smile, I have a nice healthy glow there on the cupid's bow and a little bit above the brows here. For lips, I'm going to go for a clear gloss. I'm going to use my favorite clear gloss at the moment from Glossier. I really love how this gloss just kind of emphasizes the natural color of your lip. And then we're going to set the brows with my Glossier Boy Brow. I just think nice feathery brows will go really nicely with this look. I just love a good undone brow look. And there you have it, you guys. That is my finished daytime look. I think it's so fresh and pretty, and this lilac eyeshadow is just a pop of color, but it's so wearable at the same time. So now I'm going to be showing you guys how to take this daytime look and amp it up for night. We're going to really smoke out the eyes and make it look so pretty. So now I'm just going to go ahead and show you how I'm going to transform this look into the evening look. I'm going to go ahead and remove my lip color. I'm going to go back into the Crystal Drama palette and go into this dark purple shade. This is going to be the main shade of our eye look for evening. It's a gorgeous eggplant color. And I'm just going to be taking a flat, dense brush, and I'm going to start to pack the color on the eyelid, starting at the root of the lashes and then just kind of building up just right on top of the eyeshadows that we already applied for daytime, making sure to tap off the excess so we can really try to minimize any fallout since we are using a darker color. And I'm not going to be redoing my complexion. So now I'm just taking that same shade and blending it on the lower lash line. Then I'm taking a clean brush and just blending those edges. And I'm just going to keep repeating those steps until I get the shadow to the intensity that I want. I want it to be pretty dark, so I'm going to keep layering, especially on this outer corner here, until it looks exactly how I want it to. When it comes to a smoky eye though, you do want to be careful about how high you take a dark shadow. So that's why I'm working in layers and just kind of building it up and then blending it out. But I'm not wanting to take the dark shadows too high up, otherwise it can really look messy quick. So now that both of our eyes are nice and smoked out with that dark eggplant, I'm going to go back into that lilac shade and I'm going to intensify this inner corner here. And then what is a nighttime look without glitter? This shadow right here is so beautiful. I'm just going to go ahead and apply it with my finger. It's the Star Sparkle eyeshadow. And I'm going to go ahead and just press this glitter shade onto the lid. And again, we're going to really start to just build this up. But I want most of the glitter on the inner corner. And then as we get less on the finger, I'm just going to kind of put it all over the eye, but mainly focusing it in that inner corner. I just think it's so pretty. And I feel like natural light doesn't do this glitter shadow justice. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys using the flashlight on my phone how gorgeous it is. So if you're in flash photography or under dim lights at night, it's just going to give the most beautiful, soft, glittery effect to the eyes. I love it. So next we're going to add a little bit more drama to the top lash line using that exact same Longwear liquid liner in Carbon Black. And this time I'm going to kind of create a thicker line than what we had before, but same idea of keeping it thinner on the inner corner and then it gradually getting thicker on the way out. And then I'm going to be applying a gray eyeliner to the waterline. This one's from L'Oreal. It's the Infallible Longwear Eye Pencil in gray. So I'm applying that to the waterline and then also kind of smudging it between the lashes. Next, we're going to apply even more mascara. The cool thing about this mascara is that it layers over the already existing mascara really, really nicely. So now let's touch up the complexion. I'm going to go back into my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This time I'm going to use a little bit more of a precise brush. And we're going to kind of sculpt the cheeks a little bit more than we did for the daytime look and just add a little bit more intensity to everything. I'm just going to kind of go over where we already applied bronzer to just really intensify the color and to bring a lot more warmth to the skin. Since this eye look is a lot more bold, I feel like it can tend to wash people out, like it washes me out to have a really deep smoky eye. So I love pairing it with some good bronzer. I just think that that pulls the whole look together and keeps your skin looking healthy. I'm also going to take a little bit of that and just sculpt the sides of the nose as well as right here under the lip. For blush, I'm going to be using something slightly brighter than what we used during the daytime. This is also from Bobbi Brown. It's in the shade Pretty Pink. And I'm just going to add a little bit of that to the apples of the cheeks. I'm going back into the eyeshadow palette for highlight. I'm just going to intensify this on all the high points of the face. So now I'm just going to go ahead and go into a lipstick. This is from Flower Beauty. It's their Petal Pout lipstick in the shade Naked Blush. You could leave it like this, but I personally love gloss and I feel like it looks really nice with kind of a glistening eye. So I'm going to go ahead and go into the Bobbi Brown lip gloss in the shade Rose Sugar. And then I usually do like to kind of touch up my brows, give them a little bit more shape, because for me, my brows can tend to fade a little bit by the end of the day, so it's important to kind of add that structure back to the face. I'm using the CoverGirl Ultra Fine Brow Pencil. And that is it, you guys. That completes the evening makeup look. It's so smoky and sultry, but still really gorgeous and sparkly. I'm obsessed with that sparkle eyeshadow. I think it's so pretty. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing how I take my daytime makeup and turn it into an evening look. I feel like this palette was so perfect for that. And again, I want to thank Bobbi Brown for collaborating with me on this video. It was seriously a dream come true for me, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity. As always, if you guys want to check out any of the products that I mentioned today, including the eyeshadow palette, go ahead and just look in the description box. I'll have everything linked down below for you guys to make it really easy. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my 2 makeup looks that I created for you guys today, and I will see you all in my next video. Love you. Bye!